What's going on? Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports. In today's show, I'm going to break down the latest Dolphins news and rumors. And for you Dolphins fans out there, if you haven't already subscribed to our new channel, you can see the link below, youtube.com/Dolphins News. So what exactly am I going to be talking about on today's show? We're going to break down some players who have already been cut because Miami's been active. I'm also going to give you some other names to think about that the Dolphins could move on from. Then we're going to break down the Adam Shaheen trade. I'm going to tell you who won and how he's going to get used. And then we're talking about the NFL Top 100. I'm going to tell you 3 players that I think could crack that Top 100 list. So first off, roster cuts. They're coming in. I walked into the office today, and I was like, okay, what video can I do for the Dolphins? And I'm like, wow, this team is already very active here, cutting 5 players. And the reason why this is important, because the teams now have to get down to 80-man rosters. This is a down from 90-man limit, and cuts, they got to be made by August 16th. So the first guy that kind of got the boot, if you will, Jake Rudock, quarterback here. They already have Tua, who you drafted number 5 overall. You have Josh Rosen. Is he reliable? Quarterback 3, I think, sure, in that case. Ryan Fitzpatrick. But then you have a wide receiver in Ricardo Louis, Lima, Trent Harris, and then Avery Moss. These were the first 5 players that the Dolphins moved on from. So now you're looking at a team that's got 82 players on the roster right now. Then you add the addition of Adam Shaheen. Now you're at about 83. So they do still have to make some cuts. Now, obviously, the 5 players that I'm about to show you here all can't get cut. Well, I guess maybe they could, but you got to at least trim down a little bit. So the first player that I thought about when you look at depth, when you thought about a lot of the moves that this team made in free agency and in the draft, Bryce Sterk, to me, defensive end, did make some sense here. Another additional cut candidates, you got Kylan Johnson, Adam Pankey, Matt Cole, and then Tay Hayes. If you guys disagree with any of these players, y'all can let me know. My IG is below. But when we start channels here at Chat Sports, we demand your participation. So scroll on down and let me know, okay? Let me know how many years you've been a Dolphins fan. Now, I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. What does that mean exactly? It means it will be at the very, very top. So for those of you on YouTube that might get hit with the YouTube ad break, I want you to scroll on down and let me know how many years you've been a Dolphins fan. So let's talk about some of the news that did happen here around this team. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, well, maybe you missed our video that we put out on Adam Shaheen, and we do a lot of breaking news here. So the Dolphins, they traded the conditional 7th-round pick for the tight end from the Chicago Bears, and he is entering his 4th year out of Ashland. When I first started doing fantasy football videos, I actually thought that this guy would be pretty good. Well, guess what? I'm wrong, and I do think that he is going to be able to compete here for at least a tight end number 2 position. So here was the trade that went down. Dolphins receive Adam Shaheen. The Bears receive a 2021 conditional 7th-round pick. So I'm going to ask the question anyway. I get it's only a 2021 conditional pick, but hey, that's what the show is all about. You and me sitting down, family dinner, let's debate about it. So I want you to type M for Miami, or I want you to type C for the Chicago Bears. Who won? Let me know. And if you're like, Mitch, it's only for a 7th-round pick, well, hey, you can just say, well, Mitch, it's only for a 7th-round pick. So he is coming off a little bit of a bumpy start here to his career. In 2017, he did have 3 touchdowns, and I remember the hype train that was Adam Shaheen, the 2nd-round pick. He was just a big dude. I heard some people compare him to Rob Gronkowski, only a stiffer version of him. Hate to break it to you, that it's not going to happen. But if there is something that I think he could do, or what he would be able to help out with this Dolphins team, it's at least block, right? Because Mike Gesicki is no doubt your number 1 tight end. And if you're going to take snaps away from him, you're doing it wrong. However, Durham Smythe he should at least be a little bit worried here. And the role that you're going to see either Smythe play or Adam Shaheen play is just that blocking tight end. Whether you're trying to pick up a tough 3rd and 1, sure, maybe you can put him in on the red zone. But Shaheen is a big dude. You can't really teach size. And when it comes to Durham Smythe and Adam Shaheen, the question I'm going to ask all of you, because I guarantee when you woke up this morning, you're like, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to debate between Adam Shaheen and Durham Smythe. I knew it was top of your list. So type AS for Adam Shaheen or type DS for Durham Smythe. Now, I am a big fan of the Durham Bulls, but I'd be lying to tell you I know a lot about Smythe. I do know a little bit more about Shaheen. I think he's going to be able to help a little bit more in the red zone. So for me, I'm going to type my AS. Now, I'm also trying to help y'all out as well. I know the Dolphins have already limited their attendance down to 14,000, and if you're trying to go to a game this year, you're going to have to wear a mask, so we're hooking you up with a deal. Go to chatsports.com/Dolphins Dolphins Mask. You can get a single mask, you can get a pack of 2, you can get a pack of 3 like you see here, but the best deal is the pack of 4, okay? You get 4 masks for only $29.99. Different colors, one size fits all. If you're trying to rep 2 of the future, you can rep his mask as well because there's our player masks available. I'll put that in the comments. You'll also see in the description. If you commented on the pinned comment, guess what? You'll see the link right below there as well. It is chatsports.com/Dolphins Mask. So no Dolphins in the top 100, which might shock some people, but it also might not shock too many Dolphins fans. So the NFL Network, they've been, unveiling their top 100 list, and on Sunday, they went from 100 all the way down to 71. Guess what? No Dolphins players have made the list so far. So what I really wanted to do is try to think about, which players could ultimately make the list? So this is what we're going to ask you. Will any Dolphins players make the top 100? Give me a Y for yes, or give me an N for no. We had a little bit of a debate here at the Chat Sports studio. I said yes, I think at least 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 players would be able to make the top 100 list. Producer Brett, though, in the background, and then Tom also. They're like, man, are you sure? I don't know. So let's get in the arguments. Let's get in the comments. Y for yes, or I want you to type N for no. Dolphins fans have been absolutely showing out, and I think this is one of our fastest growing channels here that we've ever created at Chat Sports. So our next stop, 2,000 subscribers. We're getting close to 1,500. So if you haven't already, hit that big red subscribe button, or you can also type in youtube.com/Dolphins News. Send it to every Dolphins fan you know. Send it to them on Twitter, Facebook. I don't care. Tell them to subscribe to this Dolphins channel, youtube.com/Dolphins News. All right, let's get into some potential players here that could crack the top 100. And DeVante Parker, to me, should get in. And he is coming off an absolutely sensational year. And when you look at a player, when he first came out of West Virginia, everyone kind of wrote him off as a bust. They're like, oh, he's never going to be able to pan out. He's never going to be able to put up the numbers that he was drafted to put up. Well, he was top 5 in the NFL receiving, and he was tied for 9th most receiving touchdowns last year. He really showed up, and coming off 72 catches, 1,202 yards, and 9 touchdowns, you are finally starting to see why the Dolphins went out and drafted DeVante Parker. And when he first, out of Louisville, my bad, when he first came out, I was like, man, this is a player where if you were building a Madden wide receiver, like if you're trying to just create a player, this is who you build it after. 6'3", 216 pounds, can jump out of the stadium, and he is finally starting to put up some good numbers. Yes, Ryan Fitzpatrick really focused on him, but I think every person here is wondering what kind of numbers is he going to be able to put up with Tua when he is finally healthy. So let me know. Will Parker make the NFL top 100 list? Or I guess I should say, this is just a straight-up question. DeVante Parker will make the NFL top 100 list. Is that true? Type T. Or is that going to be false? I want you to let me know and type F. Let's go to a new player that is newly signed here with the team, Kyle Van Noy. And I think a lot of the people that watch this will be like, well, he'll get in because he played for the Patriots last year. He wouldn't make it because now he's a Dolphin. Well, I've seen your comments. I watch. I look. So 3 straight years, over 56 tackles, but you have to at least give Van Noy this. He is one of the most versatile defenders from the linebacker/edge rusher position. 6.5 sacks last year, 56 tackles, and sure, when you look at his last 3 years, it's a little bit less than tackles, but I'll tell you this right now. If you tell me would I rather more tackles or more sacks, I'm going to take more sacks because I sometimes think that tackles is a very overblown statistic. Now, sure, a lot of people are like, well, go look at his numbers when he played with the Lions. I hear you. I'm listening. But Kyle Van Noy, to me, could be a player that, well, you could see crack this top 100 list. So does Van Noy deserve to make the top 100? Scroll on down. That's what I'm making you do on today's show. Give me a Y for yes, or I want you to type N for no. The last player that I'm going to talk about here is Byron Jones. And last season, he ranked number 97 in the NFL Top 100, and I think he's coming off a better year. So the fact that he's coming off a better year, the fact that the Dolphins just paid him a whole bunch of money, he was the number 1 rated free agent cornerback, at least according to Chat Sports, and basically everyone out there. But you're looking at a player who, sure, he didn't have any interceptions last year, but if a guy was able to get open, and if a player was able to catch the ball, Byron took him down right away. He was incredible last year at really being able to limit receivers and yards after the catch. That's why Byron Jones got paid big money. So for everyone else watching that's like, I don't know if Byron's going to make it, I disagree. I do think that Byron Jones deserves to be in the top 100. Does he deserve to be in the top 70? That's another question. But does Byron Jones, I think, deserve to be in the top 100? Yes, I personally do think so. So what I want you to do now is try to predict where you think he could rank. You need to remember, it's from 70 all the way down to 0 now. So if you think Byron Jones makes it, awesome, let me know. If you don't think so, hey, that's what this show is all about. So I'm going to give you this chance one more time here, okay? Chatsports.com/Dolphins Mask. If you want to go to a Dolphins game, guess what? You got to wear one. Also, we do all sports here, and I've seen some news around the Miami Marlins. Well, maybe some of you are Marlins fans as well, and maybe you need to have a Dolphins mask to help protect yourself in Miami, everything going on. But seriously, though, stay safe, wash your hands, do what you need to do if you're going to the grocery store, and help, rep your team. It'll be in the comments, description, chatsports.com/Dolphins Mask.